past holds wise men as well as fools. Why then do we listen only to the foolish when we have another choice? For many, the first step into the BattleTech universe is the Grey Death Legion series of novels. For many more, the 3025 technical readout introduced the classic BattleTech mech designs. It's no surprise that due to both, the ShadowHawk is one of the first battle mechs that we learned to identify on sight. From Dwayne Luce's excellent line art to battle scenes with Lori Carlisle and her ShadowHawk, it's a battle mech that tends to stick in your memory. Designed and first produced during the height of the Star League, the ShadowHawk was the king of the generalist mechs in its original 2H model. At 55 tons, it was a medium mech that sported a little bit of everything as far as weapons go, and that just worked for the needs of many across the Inner Sphere. It could run at a decent clip, it had jump jets, and the armor was decent for its weight. The ShadowHawk was a jack-of-all-trades mech, and though a master of none, it tended to get the job done. It was widely produced and is up there with the Locust as one of the most commonly spotted mechs out on the field during the Succession Wars. Naturally, as is the case for these videos, when it came time for the clans to revisit their designs for updating to more advanced technology, the ShadowHawk was on the short list for a refresher. The ShadowHawk IIC breaks from the trend in Clan IIC designs to be heavier than their inspiring cousins. In fact, the ShadowHawk IIC is 10 tons lighter than the original. At 45 tons, no kilogram of weight was wasted as it was blessed with a Lang T3 endosteel frame and 7.5 tons of compound H17 ferrofibrous armor. The consolidated 270 engine allowed the ShadowHawk to travel at up to 97.2 km per hour, and the Northrop Starlifter M45 jump jets can send the mech sailing up to 180 meters at a time. In many ways, the ShadowHawk IIC is a streamlined version of its inspiring cousin. Losing the shoulder-mounted autocannon is a tragedy for sure, but what the mech gained was a set of weapon systems which made the mech one of the most successful second-line clan mechs in their history. At the medium range, 2 medium pulse lasers and an ER medium laser are doing the heavy lifting. The general theory was that the ShadowHawk could take advantage of its speed to quickly close on its targets, at which point it would unleash its 4 Streak SRM-2s and even its ER small laser at close range. All of this was capable consistently thanks to the mech's 10 double heat sinks. To put it simply, the mech was cheap, effective, and its improved life support system had a stellar reputation for keeping pilots alive even in the worst peril. Much like its inspiring cousin, the ShadowHawk IIC was a jack-of-all-trades and an effective one at that. By the clan invasion, the mech could be found across almost all of the clans and their second-line forces, and even deployed in frontline duty as a replacement mech. Mechwarrior sung its praises as a mech that could quickly jump into harm's way, fire on target, and escape before consequences could find it. Reports from the field suggest that a large number of ShadowHawk IICs were used to fill in gaps created by losses following the defeat on Tukiad. As a sign of the ShadowHawk IIC's success, and possibly a consequence, depending on your feelings concerning the original, there were many attempts to tailor this battle mech to fit specific needs and tactical doctrines. For example, in 2835, the ShadowHawk IIC-2 was produced, which was primarily a platform for 2 ER large lasers in the left and right torso. Though it also had 3 small pulse lasers and an ER small laser, this version was clearly an attempt to build a very mobile medium sniper platform. With only 10 double heat sinks, it will be an issue if you're running and gunning with those ER large lasers, but it is manageable. If you're in the market for a medium that can take on more of a sniper role on the battlefield, the ShadowHawk IIC-2 might be the one for you. Like so many other mechs in the 3060s, the ShadowHawk IIC-3 received the large heavy laser treatment in its third major variant. It's housed in the right torso and backed up by a medium pulse laser, 2 micro pulse lasers, and 2 ER micro lasers. This variant is a bit of an odd duck because though I guess it would be described as a mid-range brawler, only the large heavy laser and the medium pulse laser are going to be useful. The other lasers are more often used against infantry and battle armor in close ranges. While it does have the classic ShadowHawk mix of a bunch of little things together, it really lacks a punch at either the mid or the short range that the original loadout offers. Even with the additional 4 heat sinks to help keep the ammo-free mech running cool, the obsession with the large heavy laser really is baffling to me. We just have to put one in every 2C clan mech we can. Diamond Shark must have run a blue light special, 13 for the price of 12, and every clan was all over it. The ShadowHawk IIC-4 was also a child of the early 3060s thanks to a collaboration between Clan Diamond Shark and Clan Novacat. While it is otherwise stock, the weapons were swapped out for an ER medium laser, 2 medium pulse lasers, and an advanced tactical missile launcher 6 in the right torso. This is one of those variants where if you're really into the weapon system, In the case of the ATM, it could look a lot more attractive than the original loadout. 2C3s and 2C4s were unexpectedly put to the test in an attack by the Jade Falcons and the Ice Hellions against the Novacats on Barcella and Gatekeeper. The ShadowHawk 2Cs outperformed and were successful in contributing to a delaying action which saved Novacat lives. In 3069, the ShadowHawk 2C5 debuted, much to the horror of infantry and battle armor across the Inner Sphere. Equipped with 3 AP Gauss rifles and 2 plasma cannons, the 2C5 is focused almost entirely on laying waste to infantry formations. While this mech violates my basic principle concerning specialized battle mechs, in this case, I can see the 2C5 being extremely effective in the Ilclan era where combined arms forces are the norm rather than the exception. Unfortunately, not long after the first deployments, a battle ROM showing a 2C5 fighting a Lyran Berserker leaked, and it showed just how perilous this setup can be against larger battle mechs. Even though it was bathed in flames from the plasma cannons, the AP Gauss rifles were useless against the Berserker's thick armor. The 2C was cut down brutally. Don't forget, for mechs, small craft, and aerospace fighters, the plasma cannon generates no damage, but instead 2d6 heat during the heat phase of that turn. For all other targets, it does 3d6 damage in 5-point groupings, rolled individually and without doubling up on a location, using the appropriate damage location table, if it has one. The ShadowHawk 2C5 is obviously a specialized mech for a specialized purpose, and I can appreciate that because it would be a blast to try out. Just make sure you don't send it out to hug a Berserker. The ShadowHawk 2C6 was introduced in 3069 and takes a leap to the XL engine technology in order to make room for a Hyper Assault Gauss Rifle 20 in the left torso, backed up by a medium pulse laser in each arm, an ER small laser in the center torso, and a small pulse laser in the head. The ShadowHawk build, at a glance, is very ShadowHawky. That's now an official technical term. Go ahead and write it down. The HAG-20 provides a solid punch, and the collection of lasers do a good job of providing mid and short-range coverage. Additionally, with 3 tons of ammo for the rifle, you have plenty of shots for most fights. The weapons loadout makes the 2C6 dangerous at all ranges, and the XL engine is a small price to pay for it. I give the ShadowHawk 2C 4 out of 5 frogs with the side of a large Gauss rifle. Now, the ShadowHawk 2C7 debuted in 3080 and is one of those specialized designs that the Snow Ravens have come up with to aid them in their spacefaring adventures. Keep that in mind, as it's difficult to judge good and bad because of the unique environment the mech is tailored for. Built around a 225 XL engine, the 2C7 gives up a little in the way of ground speed to make room for 8 tons of improved jump jets, along with 2 tons of fuel storage for atmosphere-free use. This allowed the 2C7 to leap as far as 240 meters. While still no match for the maneuverability of an aerospace fighter in a zero-G environment, the ShadowHawk 2C provides a level of dexterity and flexibility that the Ravens identified as valuable for their Tumen. The right torso of the 2C7 holds an ER large laser, which allows the mech to reach out and make a point from great distances. At the medium and short ranges, it also carries a medium pulse laser, ER medium laser, and an advanced tactical missile 6 launcher, which can help emphasize that previously made point should your enemies press the issue. As of this report, the 2C7 has not been seen outside of the Raven Alliance. If, in the future, space combat becomes more common, it's likely that battle mechs such as the 2C7 will be incredibly valuable. The ShadowHawk 2C8, first deployed in 3081, reflects the time period with its use of heavy laser technology. The installation of an XL engine improved the speed of the design while also making room for additional weaponry and an ECM suite. It's definitely the stylish race car of the variants we'll cover today. Thankfully, the primary weapon remains an ER large laser. Sorry, heavy laser fans. Backing it up are a pair of medium heavy lasers, an LRM-10, and a pair of micro pulse lasers. In order to squeeze all this in, 2 points of armor are shaved off the arms and legs, and an additional point from the center torso. If you're looking for a ShadowHawk 2C as a shoot-and-scoot mech, avoiding bigger mechs whenever possible, this variant could be for you. The ShadowHawk 2C9 was first deployed in 3134. As with many other Dark Age designs, it reflects a return to a more basic build and simplified technologies. The standard engine is back, and there are no fancy ECM installations. It packs a tried-and-true ER large laser in the left arm and a pair of ER medium lasers in the torsos. Additionally, there is an advanced tactical missile launcher 6 in the right torso. It's still a little light on the armor in comparison to previous variants, and that ER large laser in the left arm leaves the mech one-handed. Other than that, it's a clean and simple design that just works. This could be a good option if you're not into Streak SRM2s on the original layout. The ShadowHawk 2C10 is a variant cooked up by the clan Hell's Horses designers, who decided to go way back to the roots and build a machine around an autocannon in the torso rather than an energy weapon. The Ultra AC-10 in the left torso is backed up with a pair of medium pulse lasers, an ER small laser, and a small pulse laser. The installation of an XL engine makes this possible, as well as leaving just enough room for 3 tons of ammo for that AC-10. It's a solid variant, and if you're into ultra autocannons, check it out. Finally, the 3141 version of the ShadowHawk IIC dives all in on a few new technologies. Instead of focusing on a single main weapon, the 2C11 has 2 medium improved heavy lasers split between the left and right arms. Those are backed up by an ER medium laser, an ER small laser, and 4 SRM2s spread across the left and right torsos. The lasers are blessed with a targeting computer to help improve their accuracy, and everything else is stock on the mech except for the armor, which is ferrolamellar instead of the standard ferrofibrous type. For the uninitiated, due to the armor's unique structure, it offers less coverage on a mech, but also reduces the incoming damage by up to 20%. My only issue with this variant is the use of the medium improved heavy lasers. They do 10 damage, but their effective range is extremely short. It's more than a little concerning that the longest range of all your weapons except for that ER medium laser is 9. It forces the mech to get in close no matter what, and I'm not sure this plucky 45-tonner can take that kind of risk, even with all its other blessings. If you've used the ShadowHawk IIC-11 to good effect, let me know. I'd love to know how it worked out. The ShadowHawk IIC is flown under the radar a bit due to the shadow cast by some of the other mechs in the 2C series. While it doesn't cause fear like the Warhammer 2C or make people scratch their heads like the Phoenix Hawk 2C, it does do what it's designed to do, which is be an inexpensive and effective second-line battle mech. I respect that. With a battle value that can vary between 1,600 and just shy of 2,000, the ShadowHawk IIC is a solid addition to any clan force you're building. Overall, I give it 4 smiling frogs on a sliding scale of crying urban mech. Big thanks for watching, and I do want to give a shout out to Ashley over at Paint It Pink blog for providing some additional information on the 2C battle mechs, as she had a key role in the original creation back in the FASA before 4 times. I'll include the link to her blog in the video comments below, so go check it out. If you feel the video was worthy, hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future nonsense. We're at the point now where the channel membership support has eclipsed ad revenue, so just know that you are incredibly important to this effort if you take that extra step to directly contribute to the channel. You are awesome. Until we meet again, take care and go make the world a slightly better place today and tomorrow.